Good morning, everybody. You are now listening to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I'm your host, Lara Ziccadi, and I got a room full of great people with me today. I have my co-host, Nicole, Passero, our segment host, Denny Krasik. Did I say it correctly?
You did, yeah.
Yay! I also have our sportscaster, Ben Tomaszewski, and our
Heyo.
newscaster, Amina Ali. Thank you guys for joining me on this beautiful Friday morning, right at the crack of dawn at 7:03. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to be reporting about the earthquake in Turkey and Syria, along with some news about Mike Pence, because that man just does not know how to not stay out of the news. I'm just kidding. No tea, no shade, I promise. But before we get into any of that fun jazz, we have a newscast to get to. Amina, are you ready? Right. Oh, no.
I can hear her talking
Guess
from the other
what?
room.
So Lara made a boo-boo.
A boo-boo.
I made a boo-boo, but she knows how to fix it.
What was said boo-boo?
All right, I gotta go out of the room for it, but for now, we're gonna have the birthday boy read his sportscast, and then we'll get to the newscast. So Ben,
Alrighty.
take it away.
Of course. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. I'm Ben Tomaszewski, and this sports segment for today is titled Football Friday for obvious reasons. But before we get into football, let's show the other sports some love, shall we? Since we couldn't talk about it much last week, let's start off with hockey. Last night, the New Jersey Devils hosted the Seattle Kraken at the Rock. Even with the absence of Jack Hughes, the Devils pulled out a 3-1 victory. And can someone please teach me how to Dougie? Dougie Hamilton scored 2 goals for the Devs. The New York Islanders welcomed in the Vancouver Canucks. Wow, I butchered that. And lost in a high-scoring game, 6-5. Tonight, the New York Rangers face the Kraken. Tomorrow, all these teams are in action as the Islanders play the Montreal Canadiens at 12:30. The Rangers visit the Carolina Hurricanes at 7. And the Devils take a trip to Minnesota to face the Wild at 8. Moving over to the hardwood, the Brooklyn Nets took on the Chicago Bulls last night at home. The Nets pulled out an 11-point win in the first game since both Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant got traded. Tonight, the New York Knicks visit the Philadelphia 76ers, who were looking for revenge after the Knicks beat them last Sunday. And finally, what we all been waiting for, the big game is this Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Philadelphia Eagles in Phoenix, Arizona in the league's 57th big game. Whether you're chilling at home with the family or going out to a party, I hope everyone is safe and has an amazing time. And make sure you watch the commercials. Back to you, Lara.
Thank you, Ben. That was beautiful.
Can I just say, I love the name, the Seattle Kraken.
It's a fairly new team with
I got it.
an expansion team from the last couple of years.
Hockey
Yeah.
has some good mascots. I gotta give it to them.
But you were big on the Wizards last week.
They're the Wizards.
Basketball, yeah.
How do you not like a team called the Wizards?
Mm-hmm.
They're wizards. That's so cool. But yeah, we got the problem fixed. So long story. Okay, I kind of want to explain it because I'm such a tech nerd. But the mic that Amina is on was hooked up to our other board in the other studio, so I had to go and switch that. And now it is on our actual board. Sorry, I get excited when I'm like, "Ooh, tech things." But I'm gonna let Amina take it away before I get too carried away. Are you sure you're on 3, girl? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Please stand by, friends. All right, try now. Kind of. Hold on. We're gonna go through all the mics, so just stay tuned. How about now? Kind of. I can kind of hear you.
We hear a little voice.
I do, and
Are
I'm
we sure that her mic is
it's on. It's on. I'm gonna keep you on 4. I think just that was the best sounding. How about now? We're gonna go with that.
Feels great, guys. Okay, so I'm Amina Ali, and here is your news. So in national news, the mayors of Patterson, Montville, and Prospect Park, who are all Syrian American, are pleading for the United States to do more to help earthquake victims in Syria. The civil war in their homeland is complicating relief efforts as Turkey is the focus of the world's response to the February 6th earthquake. Some fear others are being forgotten across the border in northern Syria. Between Turkey and Syria, the death toll has topped 21,000. And in state news, 14-year-old Adriana Kutch died by suicide after a video was posted on social media showing numerous students attacking her as she walked with her boyfriend in a hallway at Central Regional High School in the Bayville section of Berkeley Township. Her father, Michael Kutch, said if the district had taken action sooner, his daughter might be alive. Kutch said police should have been called immediately and his daughter should have been taken to the hospital. 3 girls have been charged with 3rd-degree felony assault and another with disorderly conduct. And in local news, Montclair Council prepares possible removal of manager Stafford after a raucous public comment at a meeting. Many residents were angry over rumors that the manager might be reinstated, and one resident even accused second ward councilor Robin Schlagler and the absent third ward councilor Lori Price Abrams of being unfaithful to fellow women by being complicit in the Stafford affair. After another executive session to discuss manager Stafford's employment, the council voted to first end manager Stafford's suspension and then state reasons for his dismissal. And for your weather today, it is 52 degrees this morning. We will have a high of 54 and a low of 39, and it'll be partly cloudy in the next hour with clear skies for the rest of the day.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful newscast. So thank you, Amina. But we're gonna dive right. We're gonna waste no time here on the Morning Buzz. We're gonna get right into our first story of the day. So U.S. says the China balloon. Yep, we're still talking about this balloon, everybody.
This is the
But
sequel to last week.
I know it's
Yeah, part 2.
Revenge of the Balloon. It's okay, but
Revenge of the balloon.
But the balloon saga continues. The China balloon shot down by the US was made to detect and collect intelligence signals as a part of a huge military aerial surveillance. This targeted more than 40 countries. A fleet of balloons operates under the direction of the People's Libertarian Army and is used specifically for spying. The high-tech equipment design is used to gather sensitive information from targets across the globe. Similar balloons have sailed over 5 continents, according to the administration. Claimed, get it? They claimed, so funny, that the US accusations about the balloon resulted in information warfare. Okay, here's my bone to pick with this balloon. Why is she more popular than me?
Yeah, she's getting all the fame over here.
She really is.
All the
Can
spotlight.
you get an interview with the balloon?
I think we would need that.
I mean,
we need that.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Buzz interview with the
JT?
balloon.
JT? Booking?
But yeah, no, the thing that I find really interesting about this is that it was made to spy on other countries, which is a very, I don't know if it's a very, here's the thing. I don't know if we should be freaked out about this, but
Yeah.
I feel I nothing this balloon.
See, spying scares me. Like when I think of spying, I don't know if we should be thinking of that as a positive thing or a negative thing, but I don't know. It's just, what are their intentions?
Because listen, I mean, it is China, so we're not going to really know about it. But if Montclair
Yeah.
State had a balloon, hear me out. If Montclair State had a balloon,
They have Rocky. They don't need a balloon.
I was just gonna say that, but I was like,
Imagine
someone's
Rocky's head as like a balloon or
N-
something.
no, like the balloon would be Rocky,
yeah.
and it would get like beautiful drone footage of our beautiful campus, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know.
some
See it.
pretty pictures.
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. But back to the bigger picture, I guess, because when I was writing this story, I was thinking to myself, what if this is just Google trying to make Google Maps like Loki? I know.
Google Maps.
Listen, I know it says it's for military surveillance.
Yeah.
But like Google,
What's kind of military surveillance,
It's-
depending how you look at it?
no, like I was just thinking, like, what if this is just Google?
It could be.
I-
We don't know. We don't know what's behind this.
I don't know if it's my nosy side that's really kicking into gear right now, but I just want to know why.
What's
I
the
want to know.
tea?
No, I literally want to be like, hey, girl, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But
What's your goal? What do you expected? What do you want to happen?
and that's like the low-key like scary thing
Yeah.
specifically about China is because we don't know what they're really doing. Because I don't know, like this whole
There's always something happening behind the scenes.
there always is, and we never know what is
Mhm.
truly going on behind closed doors. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna have to look at the door. I mean, it's a decent door. I don't know. I feel like
It's
it's
a
like
decent door.
I feel like it's like a wooden door for something like a single like a old medieval wooden door with a little circle as a door handle.
Take a
That's the
picture, though.
door.
Yeah.
That was so
That
just
was okay. We're picturing that.
pictures. But
Pictures
bef-
in your mind.
before I talk about doors and not the band the doors, like actual doors, I'll let Nicole take our next story.
All right. The word of the day is sapiena former Vice President Mike Pence has been subpoenaed. That's a hard word, guys. Subpoenaed by the special counsel. The subpoena is related to former President Donald Trump's effort to stay in office under the 2020 election and his role in the January 6th. Special counsel Jack Smith was appointed in November by Attorney General Merrick Garland to lead the Justice Department's inquiries into Trump's role in the riot, as well as the former president's handling of classified documents after he left office. The subpoena is related to the January 6th investigation, the source said. Spokespersons for Smith and Pence declined to comment on the matter.
Okay, I want to ask a very genuine question to you guys because this is not going to be on the test. I promise. There's
Oh,
there's
thank God.
no morning buzz test
Thank
here
you,
on
Passero.
WSC anytime.
Stress.
But do we all know what a subpoena is?
No.
Okay, that's great because I do. So I'm gonna
Okay.
I got you guys. So a subpoena is ordering a person to attend to court. So it's
Okay.
basically saying you have to go to court.
Oh.
So I don't. It's kind of
Such a
like
fancy word for that.
Yeah.
I
It
know.
really is.
I was gonna say it's almost
I
like a.
still can't say it.
I was gonna say it's almost like a fancy word for jury duty, but that's totally not what it is.
Yeah.
But I do find it very interesting that I don't know how many times I feel like I've heard this before. Like I feel like I've heard about Mike Pence getting a subpoena about going to court for
Mhm.
some reason. I just have a feeling. I don't know. But if this isn't the first time Mike Pence is asked to go to court based on Trump's presidency and the January 6th event, I mean, I'm not surprised.
There's never a dull moment with Trump. There's always
Right.
something happening.
This
He's
man,
built a
For
picture.
worse.
he do be trying to stay relevant though. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I
He just
respect
wants
it.
attention.
Yeah, he wants attention. He's a little attention seeker.
He does.
Yeah.
That time, okay, so for context, on the Morning Buzz last semester, I think I read Trump's natal chart live on air.
You did. I actually do remember that.
Yeah, and I was just like,
Say, what happened?
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So to catch those of you who do not know what's up, one day on the Morning Buzz, we were reading our lovely little top news stories, and it's Trump that was in the story because when isn't he in the news these days?
Exactly.
Anyway, so I was just like, you know what? I want to read what Trump's natal chart is, which is your birth chart of when you were born. So like your zodiac signs, basically.
Astrology.
Yeah. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna read Trump's birth chart on air, and that's what I did.
It was
And
eventful.
how was
The
that?
funny-
How did that
the
go?
funny thing was that
Mhm.
when every time Lara would say something, everybody like, I expected that.
Yeah, that's about right.
Like, makes sense.
It's like, why? Like, are we surprised? I don't think
I
so.
don't think we're shocked.
But back to the point of the story. Oh my god, maybe I should read Pence's for now, but I'm not gonna do that just because I can't. I would so do. It's so tempting. But maybe I'll have a whole show about zodiacs in the future. But
I
again,
would love that.
this whole subpoena deal,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. We're gonna see what happens if he does go to court, because
He's
he
Stay
going to.
tuned.
He's gone
we'll see
along
what
with everything
happens.
else so far that has been asked of him. So
that's
I
what
wouldn't be surprised if he keeps up that.
Mike Pence is the good cop to Trump's bad cop. So that's what I'm getting.
Which is so funny that he's the good cop for actually following the rules.
That's why it's ironic. That's truly why. But
It's
I'm
very sad.
I hope we do get to report about what will happen if he does go to court, because I've also find it very interesting that we're still talking about January 6th
Yeah.
and that we're still discussing this. Good thing that we are, because it's something that needs to be deep dived and talk about, because it was literally an attack on our country, and like a domestic terrorist attack on our country. So I really do believe that we have to do all the research and courts that we can on to figure out what's been going on. With that that was a big old mouthful
Mhm.
and a big old rant. But for now, we're gonna just kick it to a little short break. We're gonna let everything marinate, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking about the job market. So please, if you feel inclined to, stay tuned. Welcome back to the Morning Buzz. We unfortunately don't have Walter White, but we do have the Morning Buzz.
We have Rocky.
I mean, we do have
We
Rocky.
do have
I mean, but
Rocky.
it's Walter White. Like,
Rocky is the Walter White of Montclair, and I will not
Montclair State
elaborate.
University.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not elaborating.
Okay, guys, think about it. Rocky the Red Hawk has a job. It's to be Rocky the Red Hawk.
Rocky.
That's
the
crazy.
best job you could ever
Rocky.
get.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But applications for jobless aid are on the rise, but are still low. Don't worry, we'll explain.
Good
It's a little
setup.
funky. So more Americans filed for jobless benefits last week, but layoffs remain historically low. Applications for jobless aid in the US for the week ending February 4th rose by 13,000 last week to 196,000 from 183,000 from the previous week. That's the fourth straight weeks that claims were under 200,000. Numbers are tough for me. I'm trying. But jobless claims generally serve as a proxy for layoffs, which have been relatively low since the pandemic wiped out millions of jobs in spring of 2020. So the reason why I really wanted to report on this story is because we've seen a lot of big companies lay off a lot of employees. Like yesterday in the Morning Buzz, we reported that Disney is laying off 7,000 people worldwide, and that's
Wow.
absolutely
Yeah.
crazy. I think a while ago some other companies were it goes on, and it's really kind of sad.
Was there a reason for Disney doing that?
It was weird because I'm gonna try to pull it up, but it said that Disney was doing relatively fine financially,
Mhm.
but they were still laying a lot of people off for some reason. It was just really odd to me. I'm like, the numbers aren't
Yeah.
numbering.
What's that
Mhm.
reason? I
and
don't know.
and here's the like, I don't know. I find the job market, especially now in our quote unquote, I'm gonna use post-COVID world a little bit loosely here, because are we truly in post-COVID world? I'm gonna
Mm,
use it loosely, but it's just, we've seen a lot of people work remotely,
oh,
obviously,
definitely. Yeah.
but we keep seeing people like do remote jobs, which honestly are great if that kind of job works for that kind of person. But for the other people on the other end of the spectrum, it's like, who need to go out and need to go to work. It's so different. And I don't know, with inflation and laying people off, it's just everything's kind of stacking up on top of each other.
And I think COVID just really, it just set things really low, and we're still dealing with, like, people are still dealing with the effects from COVID. Like, people are still jobless from 2020, and it's just really sad. Like, we need to get back on our game here.
I agree. And according to the story from yesterday, the CEO Bob Wagner, who's actually returned to Disney, his goal is to cut more than $5 billion in costs, in part by consolidating divisions that make tribute movies and that distribute movies and TV shows. And it's really interesting because traditional television is dropped and streaming services are making a lot of money. So
Definitely. Yeah.
think about it. Disney Plus is making a lot of money, but where's that money going to? So,
Mhm.
but I mean, the opportunity to get jobless aid, at least it is on the rise, and that's not a great thing, but at least someone's doing something about this. Is a New Jersey story, by the way, so at least like New Jersey's doing something about it, and actually, kind of, I feel really lucky to live in New Jersey. I don't know how you guys feel about it,
New
Yeah,
Jersey.
I agree.
but it is, but I don't know, I feel like lucky because I feel like we're kind of taken care of here,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it's not like we're left in the dust like other states, so we're very thankful for that. But we're gonna get into, speaking of New Jersey.
Speaking of New Jersey, over 200 people attend meeting about removing books containing LGBTQ plus topics from Glenridge Public Library. The band's book talk continues, this time in Glenridge. More than 200 people gathered for the final meeting on whether to remove 6 books containing LGBTQ plus topics from the public library. The debate started after a group of 8 residents called Citizens Defending Education submitted concerns about sexual material. At least some of the complaints called for the removal of the books. A resident said, quote, "They're not pornography at all. They're an age-appropriate, well-researched means for kids to understand themselves and their bodies. The books in question are Here and Queer, It's Not the Stork, It's Perfectly Normal, This Book is Gay, You Know Sex, and All Boys Aren't Blue."
Okay, so I don't know, I find banned books very interesting,
Yeah.
but we've read banned books in school, all that fun jazz.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with all these books. I'm so thankful. First of all, I'm very thankful all these books are out here for kids who
Yeah.
are learning about themselves and their bodies.
I was
This
gonna
is
say, yeah.
this is a great thing. And unfortunately, we have people in this world that are going to suppress that.
They're
Mhm.
going to be against that.
And to be able to learn those things earlier in life is like fantastic, because I feel like we don't even learn that all the way up to high school and college. Like, but now there's the books out that can at least educate, the youth on these certain topics that aren't talked about is amazing.
I agree.
I think that they should definitely, like, younger kids should be aware of this stuff. Because I personally, like, didn't take a health class until, like, high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have anything health related till 5th grade,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a health class until 6th grade.
Yeah.
And even then, it was like eat your vegetables and go to the gym every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like,
Have fun. Let's go play dodgeball.
yeah, no, like we weren't learning the things that we needed to, like, I actually lived in a district and I went to a high school that
Mhm.
gave me that education. I'm really thankful for that. But I'm glad that this is broadening into LGBTQ because
Yeah.
there are people in the community, obviously, and kids are going to be kids and they're going to find themselves and they're going to learn more about themselves. And if those kids learn who they are earlier on, I think that's beautiful and I think they should be educated.
Because then once they learn who they are younger, it'll help them in the future. Because there's a lot of
Mhm.
people our age, even older, that still don't know.
I agree. Oh,
And it's a struggle.
and the banned book talk I find very interesting because it's evolving.
Yeah.
I find that
Mm.
very interesting. But one of the boys that you name one of not the boys, one of the books that you named, Nicole, was
Mhm.
all boys are in blue. And I've actually seen a TikTok about that book. And it's about this little kid who learns that he is non-binary.
Okay.
And so it's like a thing about colors, how girls are pink, boys are blue. And this little
Aw.
kid felt that he wasn't blue. He felt that he was purple. And I thought that was so sweet.
That's a nice way
touching.
of talking about it.
Dude, I just
What's the issue with that?
I know it's
Glen Ridge
yeah, Glen.
Public Library.
Glenridge.
But you know what? The public library put those books in there. It's
Yeah.
some of the residents that feel as though
Yeah.
they don't want these books.
Yeah.
See, here's what annoys me about this, right? Is like, first of all, I don't know why you would have this stance in the first place because you're just incorrect, right? But like, sorry to be so blunt, but but like, if you don't want your kid reading it, just simply don't check the book out for them.
And I feel like that's a lot on
Right?
the parent. They shouldn't be then don't buy the book for your kid.
Yeah, it's like if you have an
it's
issue
not the
with it, just
library's
don't.
fault.
Yeah, like just if you personally have an issue with it for whatever reason, I strongly disagree with you having an issue with it, but just don't get the book.
Oh no, I do as well, but it's not just some parents having an issue with LGBTQ. They also have an issue with sex education.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna touch about it a little
Mm.
bit, but specific school districts, like some of the parents really are against having sex ed being taught in their schools because they don't want their kid learning about it. So they want to ban it altogether. And instead of, opting your kid out like a usual district would, they just want to completely ban it. And I think it's so wrong because why are you going to take
Yeah.
an opportunity away from another kid whose parent
Who
whose
wants
parents
it?
yeah,
Mhm.
not only whose kids want it, but whose parents want it.
Yeah.
But I hope that these books stay in the library. I don't know. I feel very strongly about public libraries, just people having access to books and being educated, and especially these books for little kids.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Yep.
Definitely. But we are going to go on a very short break. Ben, I hate to put you on the spot, but would you pick a song for us to play? Make it a good one. I forgot to ask you before.
The reason "What Makes You Beautiful" by One Direction.
You
stuff
got
like
it.
that. Play that.
What Direction
Truly.
phase?
I am like every week,
It's funny because we played Night Changes last week
Yeah, the other
on
week.
the bus.
That's so funny.
We're in an upbeat mood today.
We are. I think we need like a vibe to kind of pick up
Mm-hmm.
because, we have an interview coming in soon. So again,
Secure.
don't know what for,
Secure.
but we have an interview coming up later. So we will be right back here in the Morning Buzz. Welcome back here on the Morning Buzz. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Sorry, One Direction got a little excited there. We're almost about to play another song. But we do have an interview today. We have the president of the Black Student Union, Eve Matthews. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hi,
Girl, I
everyone.
see it in your eyes, you're
So I'm going to
disappointed.
ask just to get it on the road. What is Black Student Union and what impact does it have on our campus?
I saw
Okay,
it
the Black Student
apart.
Union, or
Hey,
BSU,
girl, what a
is a
mess I
grouping
made
of Black
upon
students.
your innocence.
Considering that the
And
Black population at Montclair is pretty small,
but here
it's about creating
asking you
unison
for
between
one
the
more
different
chance.
Black and African diaspora within the MSU
One
community.
more time.
That's really awesome. Tina, do you have any-
Okay, well, Black History Month is a very important, integral part of history, whether that be at MSU or beyond that. And I believe that Black history should be celebrated 365. So what we're doing is we're putting in place different events and stuff for the MSU community to join. All MSU students are welcome. The beginning of this month, we did a flag raising with President Capel, the people who charted Black History Month on this campus, as well as very important keynote speakers. I can't say too much about the events that we have coming up, but it is something.
Definitely something to keep a lookout for. I also wanted to ask, do you have any, I remember when you said Black History Month should be 365, and I agree with you on that. But let's look past February. Do you have any other events going on throughout the semester?
Yes. So in April, we are planning our annual Paul Robeson event, which is the switching out of our executive board, as well as a Wildin' Out in March. So be on the lookout for that. That's something new this year. And a couple of other things that I'm just going to keep on the down low right now.
Sounds good. But I also wanted to ask, how does BSU provide students with a sense of community and togetherness?
Well, with Black Student Union, we try to provide resources for, again, people of the African diaspora. We put them in touch with our advisors and things of that nature so that they can be able to know that there is someone out there, specifically Black faculty and staff, that care about them, because not only is the Black student population small, but the Black faculty population is even smaller. So putting in contact with people who are resources, people who have been in their shoes before, and just giving them different guides, different knowledge, which is why at our general body meetings, which is Tuesday, 4 to 5:15 in the Red Hawk Nest, we touch on different topics such as medical racism, Black legacies, and just being able to educate our people is something that I believe is very important.
Yeah.
And going to like the history of the Black Student Union here at Montclair, when was it actually started and how has it grown since then to now?
Well, Montclair State started Black Student Union in 1965. It was actually called OSAU at first. So it was the Organization of Students for African Unity. So it changed a lot throughout the years. It grew a lot. And I'm actually still in contact with a BSU treasurer from 1978. So we do still keep in contact with our legacies, because it's very important that we listen to our people from our past so we know where we're going in the future.
Right, definitely. What's that like, being in contact with somebody from, I don't want to say so long ago, but what's that like? I just wanted to ask.
I find it to be very eye-opening, because I like listening to the older generations and the stories that they have to tell, specifically in something that I'm passionate about, such as Black Student Union. And our relationship is so much deeper than Black Student Union. Like, I'm going to church with him next Sunday. He has put me in contact with different notable people. So that way, when I get out of college, I know that I'll be able to be set in a career because I have these people to help me. So it's deeper than Black Student Union. It's a familial connection.
That's honestly very beautiful. And I wanted to jump into you personally. So how long have you been involved with the Black Student Union, and what has your experience been like?
I have been involved since spring semester of my freshman year here. I got involved because I saw that they were looking for a position on their executive board, and I had applied. When I became secretary, it was a very fresh and opening experience. I was able to connect with a section of Montclair that I did not know I would be able to, because my first semester, I was just everywhere doing everything else that I didn't sit and think about the people that I can interact with. I was more thinking about my academics and stressing about that. So when I joined Black Student Union, it felt like a home for me, which is why I, ran for president. It's a very fresh experience, and the different events and stuff that we hold, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels euphoric.
See. And so, as the president, are there any goals that you would like the Black Student Union to achieve this semester or in the entirety of 2023?
I believe the biggest component is education. If I can leave my presidency and have Black Montclair know something new, that's my goal. But also my goal is to just spread awareness, spread love, spread the values of family, respect, and communication, because that is what was given unto me joining BSU.
Yeah. And also, just to like piggyback on that in a way, do you have a message to share today just about that in general?
The message is college is very hard, and a lot of time you're just going to be focused on straight academics. But if you focus on straight academics, it's going to give you tunnel vision, if that makes sense. You got to be able to get involved and do different things on campus because it opens so many doors for you. Like, I'm not just on Black Student Union. I'm an NAACP. I'm on an E3 council, and I involve myself as a general body member with several different orgs. So if you just if you're thinking that Montclair State is not for you, it has something for everyone. Because at one point I didn't think Montclair was for me.
Honestly, I kind of felt
I
that way too.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you, if you don't mind me asking, are you a senior?
No, I'm
Right.
a sophomore.
Okay. So did you kind of experience like the whole like kind of COVID thing too, in a way? Because like I felt kind of the same way as you did, where it was kind of, I felt that Montclair wasn't for me. And then I kind of found I found WMSC and I felt really welcome. So I'm really glad our campus has this opportunity for students to feel like they belong here. But to wrap it up, where can students who are interested in joining Black Student Union find you?
If you're interested in joining Black Student Union, you can follow us on our social media. Our Instagram is at Montclair BSU, as well as our TikTok, and our Twitter is Montclair_BSU. And feel free to email us any questions, montclairbsu@sgamsu.org.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning on this
Thank you.
and getting up so early. I know it's absolutely so difficult too, but we are going to go to a short break. Again, thank you so much, Eve, for joining us this morning. We're going to play a little song and we will be right back on the show. And we're back here on the Morning Buzz. Welcome back. We've missed you oh so very much. It is time for the one, the only Film Fridays title and development because
Yeah.
I'm automatically adding that to
It's been
the
in
title.
development the past 2
Still in
weeks.
development,
I
yeah.
think we
Well, the
should set
first,
it
well, the
in
first
stone.
file isn't
I
here.
think
Is it set? Are we set now? Can I take off title
Yeah,
and development?
I think when
All
you
right,
set it in
that's the
stone, for
official
sure.
name, Film Fridays.
I
Woo.
love that.
Okay, so I have a lot of things here, but do we want to go from the most normal to the most chaotic? I think that's how we go.
Whatever order you're
I think
holding
we're I think
flyers.
we're gonna go on a gradual build
Okay.
from least rage inducing to most rage inducing. So Wednesday was the 91st birthday of John Williams. If that name is familiar. He is a composer for a lot of movies. He's been active for decades. He's done the scores for franchises like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, just to name a few. His next outing is in June. He's doing the score for the 5th Indiana Jones movie. And he's still kicking, which is awesome.
I think
He
there was a 5th one coming.
yeah, he recently backtracked on originally he was gonna retire after the new Indiana Jones, but he recently just changed his mind on that and is like, nah, I'm just gonna keep
Good for
going
him.
for as long as I
91,
can.
Still pushing.
So hopefully, yeah, he's given us a lot of really great stuff. So if he wants to retire, he's definitely earned it, but that doesn't seem to be the case right now. But yeah. Yeah. On to some sadder news. Alec Baldwin is now being sued directly by the family of, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna mess this up. I don't know how to pronounce the first name.
Helena?
But
Helena?
Helena Hutchins, the cinematographer of his film Rust. As we remember, was this last year? Alec Baldwin accidentally shot Hutchins with a
Yep.
prop gun that was not supposed to be loaded. The lawsuit is charging Baldwin with reckless behavior and cost cutting, and this is in addition to Baldwin being charged with involuntary manslaughter in court last month.
As he should get it.
Yeah, what do we think about this? Because there's a lot of opinions on whether or not he's totally to blame for this on the
Why are
internet.
there
So
real
what are
bullets on set? Like, I don't know.
That's what I
Yeah.
They
yeah.
shouldn't- It's safe.
Like, it feels like it was set up or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
I don't-
something
So
deeper.
yeah.
I don't like
Something
that.
behind that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's his job to, it wasn't his job to check the
Oh,
gun though, is
no,
the thing.
Yeah.
Right? So I think whoever the
Probably the prop
producer and
manager or
the
whatever,
armorer, I think,
Yeah.
are also getting charged.
Mhm.
Got
So-
it props.
Yeah.
And Alec Baldwin also produced the movie also, so he's getting double smacked, I guess.
Mhm.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we're gonna see how that plays out. I don't think it's gonna go well, but we're gonna see for him at least. So we're gonna see what happens. In other news, a few years ago, the internet was swarming with calls to release the quote unquote Snyder cut of the 2017 Justice League movie. Now that James Gunn is in charge of DC and that universe is basically dead, fans are calling for Netflix to pick up Zack Snyder's original movies and continue the story. And James Gunn took to Twitter, as he is prone to do these days, and said, hey, Netflix is not doing this. We've talked to Netflix about it. They have no interest in doing this, and neither does Snyder. So yeah, just DC fans being kind of crazy, as they often do. As a DC fan, I can say that.
DC fans exist. No I'm kidding.
I mean, clearly, I guess.
Well, I mean, I was assuming that since the franchise is dead, as will the fans.
Yeah. No, the
But-
franchise is, well, we talked about it a little bit last week, I think. The franchise is coming back, sort of, kind of, but not this version of the franchise, which is what people are upset about. I'm not upset about it, but
I don't
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
upsetting.
I am upset either. I feel as though DC is almost I'm not saying that they are doing this. I'm just saying it feels like they're doing this. It feels like they're almost trying to catch up to Marvel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 But
I just feel like they're constantly competing. Like it's
But
always,
it's not really.
are you a DC or Marvel fan?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I love
it's not
how
a badge of honor to be a DC
I
fan.
love how Amina is the voice of reason. Like it's not a competition. Then in my mind, it's like I mean,
It's like, okay, that's like saying, that's like putting like Target and Walmart.
I was really about to say that DC
Yeah.
Walmart version.
Target.
Honestly,
It's-
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not competition. Like you can say, like if you say you like Walmart better, like, all right, your opinion really doesn't matter. But we know it's gonna be Target. So I feel like in this case, we know it's gonna be Marvel.
Yeah.
Like DC's not even consistent enough.
Here's
with
what I don't
good
get
movies.
is who watched Batman versus Superman
Mm,
and said, you know what? I'm really upset that they're not making more of these movies.
Crickets.
Who watched the original Suicide Squad and said, man, I'm so upset we're not going to get another installment in this franchise.
At first, I did because
Ayo.
okay,
Really?
hear me out. I just love Margot Robbie,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, but like,
but that's the only
that's
reason
the only
why.
good part of that movie.
That's the only that. No, I'm genuinely serious. Jared Leto. I'm sorry, not a good Joker. But like
Everyone
that's
knows
been
that.
what
Everyone knows that.
I know, but like I mean, just a reminder, a little PSA. But I just he's not it. I'm sorry, because Suicide Squad was just mid, and then they made another one, which I did not watch.
The new one was better because the new one actually finished its story.
Oh,
But you know what? We're not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to talk about another massive corporation that's making some questionable decisions. Disney has announced several sequels to some of their iconic films on Wednesday, including Zootopia 2. And all this is real, by the way. None of this isn't made up. This is actually an official announcement.
well,
from
I
Disney.
hope it would be.
Yeah.
We're a news show.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's always like, oh, they're gonna do this, whatever. No, this actually came right from Bob Iger. They're doing Zootopia 2, Frozen 3. I thought I was gonna get through without laughing, and Toy Story 5.
What?
The fifth.
So
Toy
what do we
Story
think about
movie.
this? Open floor. Open floor.
Didn't they say they were done with making Toy
They
Story?
said they were done after the third one,
Yeah, like
which was 13 years ago.
for Toy Story 4. Did I watch that?
That was-
I don't know. That was the one at like the
at
carnival.
No,
I
that was
might
the
have.
preschool
But like,
one. I think.
how much
Oh,
more
yeah.
can you expand it?
Toy Story 3 was the daycare.
That I
Oh, yeah,
watched.
yeah,
I
yeah,
definitely
Daycare 4 was the one at
Okay.
the carnival.
I
Or whatever.
That was 4 then.
okay. I did not
Thanks.
watch 4. I had no desire to
4
watch.
is not
4.
that good.
I mean,
It's okay.
it's the
Yeah.
fourth one. Like,
It's
Okay.
very, very mediocre.
I don't know about any of you, but I have a bone to pick with one specific one on this list, and that's Zootopia. Only listen,
I'm surprised we haven't gotten to
Listen.
Zootopia 2 already. It's
Listen.
been
Yeah, I
what,
know.
7 years.
Yeah.
hear me out. I thought Zootopia was really good. Whatever. But I don't want to see Nick Wilde edits on my For You page. Listen, if you're attracted to the fox main character in Zootopia, I'm not judging you, but I'm judging you.
yeah.
I'm sorry. That's a whole fox, homie. I know like there's human edits, but no, people are thirsting over the fox. I'm tired of it. This has been going on.
I don't see the point of
Yeah.
it for any of these, honestly.
Also, I didn't even touch the Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde ships.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
just-
yeah.
I don't want to see it. Please.
The internet is a dark place.
I just
You don't have to go far.
Mm.
I don't know. I just don't want to see
And the funny thing
it.
is, like, seeing those videos on TikTok, someone really put the time and effort into making that, and like, yep, they're gonna love this one, and put it out.
Someone does.
Yeah.
Someone clearly does.
I just-
Yeah, no release dates or anything for that.
Okay.
Or for any of those, just they're happening.
Okay, but
So we'll see what
Frozen 3,
happens.
I thought Frozen
That's
3.
the only one that has any reason to exist.
Yeah.
I thought they were like.
It's not gonna be
That's not-
good, but you know.
I thought it was gonna be like a joke. Like I didn't think they were actually doing Frozen 3.
Frozen, like,
I feel like Frozen
I mean,
3
Frozen
makes
2 was
sense,
pretty
though.
good. I
Frozen
like.
3 makes more sense than any of the other
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
Hands
out of
down.
all
Toy
the
Story
Frozen
Toy Story
to me
has
makes
zero
no
reason
sense.
to exist.
Yeah, no, that's
Zootopia 2
crazy.
has a tiny bit of
Yeah.
a shred of reason to exist,
Did
but not
Zootopia
really.
leave on a cliffhanger? I don't remember.
No.
No.
I haven't watched it since
Yeah, I
when it came out.
It came
Yeah, I
out
don't
almost 7 years
remember it.
ago.
Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't seen it in a long time.
Nick Wilde, the fox.
Nick Wilde.
That's
Stop.
all. Just have
The only
to
reason I
forget.
remember Nick Wilde is because my friend Connor, shout out.
Yeah.
He has a bit of an obsession with Nick Wilde, and then the bad
Does he want
guys.
to give Nick Wilde a big old smooch?
Ugh.
He has also an obsession with the bad guys. So I don't know. You tell
Mhm.
me.
I'll
Uh,
take that as a yes.
My last bit of news for Film Fridays. This is something that really ticks me off.
I read this and I
This
was
is
like,
something that really grinds my gears. AMC, right? We all know AMC theaters, right? Nicole Kidman, all that fun stuff. They are slowly but surely beginning to roll out a new policy that is going to charge you different prices depending on where you want to sit in their theaters.
Heck no.
why?
For example, front
why.
rows, right? You're at a weird angle. You're gonna be tilted. You're gonna be really close. Those are gonna be cheaper than seats in the middle of the theater that are usually better angles, better sound quality, and
I-
everything.
Listen,
And aisle
No, I had
seats
to
will
go
be
on
different
frickin'-
prices, and back row is going to be different prices. What the heck?
I had to go on Ticketmaster to buy movie
They're
tickets.
being Ticketmastered.
It's
This is the
there.
Ticketmaster effect.
I'm buying concert tickets to go see it.
Let's
Stop talking about Taylor Swift. Don't get me started.
Okay,
This is
don't-
Film Fridays, not Swift Fridays. All
I
right.
mean, if you want my Taylor slander, I will start. Okay, but
My segment is being hijacked by the Taylor.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Film Friday.
is it because you remember it all too well, Danny?
Ooh.
Is it?
I'm still so confused as to why she got invited to the director panel or
She
whatever.
did?
Yeah, she got invited to like Variety's directors on
Yeah.
directors thing
Well,
for
okay.
some reason.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
She actually did better than some of the actual directors, which was really fun. But you know what? That's not AMC. You're making it easier for me to not want to go to AMC. theaters.
AMC, more like CMA.
I'll be honest. I haven't been in a movie theater in so long.
Okay, I haven't been in a movie theater since 2019 at the early.
I
latest.
haven't been
really?
in movie
Yeah.
theaters
Not since COVID. Wow.
Yeah.
I went on.
3 weeks ago.
Oh, I think it's the
Wednesday.
Black Widow.
Oh, Mina
I
was
saw Black
there.
I
Widow.
went on
I
Wednesday.
mean, what'd you see?
I saw Skinamarink.
Megan? Oh, that like creepy movie?
The
Yeah.
Megan was
Oh
funny.
no, it's not for me.
Megan was
Uh-uh.
funny.
It's not scary.
Oh, it's-
It was
It's
really
funny.
funny. She sings Titanium as a lullaby.
Thank you. No.
It was really funny.
That's
It's like if you're
hilarious.
She does
watching it,
TikTok
it's-
dances to defeat
Please.
people. It's really entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay,
I had a good time.
so I saw a TikTok, not on WMSC 90.3. Blah blah
Ha
blah.
ha ha.
I literally got so excited to say this, but okay, so there's this collection at Target. And it's not the Joanna Gaines one. It's the other one. And there's this blonde woman and she looks just like Megan the doll.
Mithrigan.
Yeah, so if you go to Target, just
Like-
keep your eyes peeled.
Is she like on a poster or
That's
Yeah,
scary.
she's like by like the home goods thing. She has a home line.
Martha Stewart?
Nah.
Martha Stewart.
Don't do my
Martha
girl
Stewart
Martha
and
that
Megan
way.
too. Yeah. No, last thing I say about this is like, aside from this policy just being completely word I can't say on air, like this is just movie theaters just in general are doing so badly now because of a variety of reasons that I'm not going to get into because we don't have time.
It's okay.
And
we,
this
we
is-
know why.
Yeah, and this is
Yeah.
just gonna make it, COVID and then streaming basically. And then this is just gonna make it worse if you
Yeah.
charge more for different seats. Like that's ridiculous.
Pack it up, Ticketmaster.
Yeah, honestly, this
This
is
is
just
not a
Ticketmaster.
stadium. This isn't a concert.
it's a movie theater. It's a movie theater.
This is giving capitalism.
yeah.
That's it.
Like what? Yeah, this is
Period.
insane. Yeah.
But
And it makes me feel better about giving money to like, the Claridge in downtown Montclair. Like they're a nonprofit. They're not as expensive. This isn't a plug or anything, but like they're like, I feel better giving my money to them than I do giving my money to AMC.
Yeah.
And they're making it easier for me to not do that.
yeah,
So yeah, Film
AMC
Friday.
AMC is canceled.
I
But
knew you were gonna say that.
AMC, I would like an apology video on my desk by Monday. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want on a
I don't know.
flash drive.
Maybe they'll do a Netflix and they'll just immediately backtrack on it and say it was a joke or something.
That's embarrassing.
Dear,
Oh my god! Oh my god! You
Early
just got
April
punked.
Fool.
we
You're on
got
prank.
you.
February Fools. Film February.
All right. Well, that was Film Fridays here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It's hour 2 of the morning buzz, and AMC is Ticketmaster canon. Just kidding. It's not the case. But we have a lot going on for Messy Hour. We have Montclair State Confessions coming up soon. Someone needs advice. So I wonder who's going to need advice. We're also going to talk about a certain game that's been breaking some records before it's actually released. And we're going to be talking about some new tunes. But before we get into any of that fun stuff, Amina, are you ready with our newscast?
I'm always ready.
Yay!
Let's go, guys. All right. So, in national news, the mayors of Patterson, Montvale, and Prospect Park, who are all Syrian American, are pleading for the United States to do more to help earthquake victims in Syria. The civil war in their homeland is complicating relief efforts as Turkey is the focus of the world's response to the earthquake on February 6th. Some fear others are being forgotten across the border in northern Syria. Between Turkey and Syria, the death toll has topped 21,000. And in state news, 14-year-old Adriana Kutch died by suicide after a video was posted on social media showing numerous students attacking her as she walked with her boyfriend in a hallway at Central Regional High School in the Bayville section of Berkeley Township. Her father, Michael Kutch, says if the district had taken action sooner, his daughter might be alive. Kutch said police should have been called immediately and his daughter should have been taken to the hospital. 3 girls have been charged with third-degree felony assault and another with disorderly conduct. And in local news, Montclair Council prepares possible removal of manager Stafford after a public comment at a meeting. Many residents were angry over rumors that the manager might be reinstated, and one resident even accused the 2nd Ward councilor, Robin Shagler, and the absent 3rd Ward councilor, Lori Price Abrams, of being unfaithful to fellow women by being complicit in the Stafford affair. After another executive session to discuss Manager Stafford's employment, the council voted to first end Manager Stafford's suspension and then state reasons for his dismissal. And looking at your weather today, it is 52 degrees. We have a high of 54 and a low of 39. It's currently partly cloudy, but later it's going to just be clear. And for your weather for the weekend, tomorrow will be a clear day with a high of 46 and a low of 31. And ending the weekend off, Sunday will be a cloudy day with a high of 49 and a low of 29.
Oh, yep. Some good weather. Decent weather. Thank
It's like
you.
spring.
I
It's
know.
gonna be 60 next week.
Global warming.
Yeah, what is
What's that?
this?
Hello.
Well, the high today is like the high today is like in the 50s, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the high today? The high today is 54.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna
This is
be
West.
60 on Wednesday.
So yeah, I guess all you need is a
Jeez.
light jacket.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, Amina. That was a beautiful newscast.
Yeah.
All right, birthday boy, you ready for your sports
Of
cast?
course, born ready. Alrighty, good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. I'm Ben Tomaszewski, and this sports segment today is titled Football Friday for obvious reasons. But before we get into football, let's show the other sports some love, shall we? Since we couldn't talk about it much last week, let's start off with hockey. Last night, the New Jersey Devils hosted the Seattle Kraken at the Rock. Even with the absence of Jack Hughes, the Devils pulled out a 3-1 victory. And can someone please teach me how to Dougie? Dougie Hamilton scored 2 goals for the Devs. The New York Islanders welcomed in the Vancouver Canucks and lost in a high-scoring game, 6-5. Tonight, the New York Rangers face the Kraken. Tomorrow, all 3 teams are in action as the Islanders play the Montreal Canadiens at 12:30. The Rangers visit the Carolina Hurricanes at 7, and the Devils take a trip to Minnesota to face the Wild at 8. Moving over to the hardwood. The Brooklyn Nets took on the Chicago Bulls last night at home. The Nets pull out an 11-point win in the first game since both Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant got traded. Tonight, the New York Knicks visit the Philadelphia 76ers, who are looking for revenge after the Knicks beat them last Sunday. And finally, what we've all been waiting for, the big game is this Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Philadelphia Eagles in Phoenix, Arizona in the league's 57th big game. Whether you're chilling at home with the family or going out to a party, I hope everyone is safe and has an amazing time. And make sure you watch the commercials. Back to you, Lara, the birthday girl.
Yeah. Oh, we're birthday twins.
Birthday twins.
We are. But okay, really quick before we get into MSU confessions, who are we thinking is winning the big game?
Go Birds.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Eagles going to win.
Go Birds. Gotta support the home team.
No,
Like,
see,
like a high
I'm a sports
scoring.
person, but I think my family's for the Chiefs. So sorry, Birds.
I'm going to say like
Well, you're
gonna
gonna
say that-
lose a lot.
No,
You're
see-
gonna lose then.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to stay tuned.
I'm going to say a close game, like maybe like
Yeah.
31-27.
Yeah, I don't really
something
know
close.
much sports stuff, so I can't really say
Yeah.
based on the numbers, but I just gotta support the home team.
I'm having a feeling it's like gonna be a 3-point difference, low key.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know why. I
Both
I
teams,
just
you want to know the funny stats for this year? Both teams have the same record, 14-3. Both teams scored the same amount of points in the regular season. So people are like, maybe it's going to go to overtime if these teams are so well balanced, but
This is really.
we'll
gonna-
see. Yeah.
I guess we'll have to find out.
Mm-hmm.
We will
It's gonna be
find
a good
out.
game nonetheless.
The biggest of the games.
Mm-hmm. The biggest.
But I have a confession to make because there's a bigger game than
An-
the bigger
an
game.
MSU
The big game.
confession?
Yeah, it is MSU
It
confession.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, if for those of you who do not know, Montclair State Confessions is an Instagram account where people submit Confessions.
Wild tales.
wild,
Yeah.
out of pocket tales for us to laugh at. And a big disclaimer, this account is not affiliated with MSU or WMSC, and these stories are not our personal experiences.
Unless one of us submitted one of them.
Nah, I'd let you guys know.
That's
Let's be honest. I would be like, hey guys, I submitted a commission. Well,
We already know Nicole was fighting people last week.
for context, last week we covered a girl fighting people in Bone Hall where she lives
Yeah.
on campus.
Can't wait to get out of there.
But don't worry, it was a different floor.
Yeah, different floor.
So it's not Nicole.
Below me.
You're
Nicole's like, what? No way, not me.
go down the elevator.
But this person,
I do laundry on the 10th floor.
you better watch out because
I
that's where that person was.
I
Oh,
know.
it's nice. We have laundry on the first floor. I'm on the
Yes,
first
you
floor. It's
know,
like a 2-minute walk.
11th floor has one dryer
Kitchen.
and washer.
I do my laundry at home, but this person
That's
needs
fair.
advice.
Okay, we need. Okay, let's give some buzz advice.
Okay, buzzy advice. Anonymous said, quote, I need advice. So I met this girl and she and I chilled in the Blanton Lounge and we really hit it off. I told her I had bad issues with people ghosting me in the past and trauma with that before she left. She said she was gonna do homework after, and she said she would next text me when she was doing the homework. But she never texted me. I watched an hour go by, 2 hours go by, then 3, then 4, and it just kept going and going. So I'm obviously stressed. I'm texting her, asking her what happened. I texted her. Not once, not twice, and no, not 3 times, and not 4, but 5 times. She texted me hours later saying she had to put her phone down, but I saw that she was active on Instagram.
Wow.
Advice? Okay.
He hit her with the
All
quintuple
right.
text. Oh my god.
The poor
Mm.
guy.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, yeah, don't ghost people, but also if someone does ghost you, don't text them 5 times in
Yeah.
a row.
Yeah,
I
that
love-
just
That's
all
not
seems
gonna make them want to
desperate.
come back.
Mhm.
I love how Amina said she doesn't feel bad, and I totally agree with her.
Because first of all, like you just met. Like
Yeah.
you blowing my phone up like that is gonna make me not want to respond to you. Because then after that, you might just be blocked. Not even a might, you will be. You
I-
will be
Yeah,
blocked.
no, calm down, man.
It's playing, I don't know, too much.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
take a little step back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Try to
Yeah,
Do
because
you
y'all
think-
talked, she left. So like, even if like,
I don't know.
even if she's making up and didn't actually have stuff, like you don't know that necessarily, you know, like
It
what?
just seems like he's so desperate.
Yeah, like
That's
she's like
the
checking
word.
she's active
This
on
does
Yeah.
Instagram
very
and stuff.
desperate.
Like it's a little stalker.
She's like, she's probably answering her DMs and not responding to you
And
because
it's-
you've been bothering her.
Yeah.
Just met her. Like it's
Mhm.
not like you've been in a relationship. Like you
Like
just met
blowing
this
up her
girl.
phone like that. Like
Listen, if this was like a long-term relationship, all right.
Yeah.
I can
Ma-
see that.
Of
Maybe
course,
not
yeah.
the quadruple text, but
Yeah.
that's just me. But
Hmm.
also maybe she just like wasn't. I know he said she was on Instagram, but one, why are you? I mean, this guy could have just been on Instagram in a coincidence, but on the
Mhm.
other hand, he could have been like deliberately
Stalking.
stalking her.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what? I don't. feel
No
bad.
matter how you look at this, just don't text people 5 times when they're not answering you back.
I also feel like I don't know if this is just me, but sometimes when people say they're active on like
Yeah.
someone's active on Instagram isn't even accurate.
I was gonna say maybe they just have it open in the background.
Yeah.
It could be
and, like,
open, but
they're
you're
not
not
even on their
looking at
phone.
it.
Yeah.
The tab could be open.
Yeah, as long as the tab's open, it says you're active.
Yeah.
I don't even
Regardless
have
of
mine
It's not
on.
always
Yeah.
accurate.
Regardless of whether or not you actually are in the app or not, as long as it's up, it says you're active.
Yeah.
Gotta refresh my Instagram right now. I'm not active. I'm doing the morning buzz. But to wrap this one up, my advice is to stop being so desperate, please. That it's
Yeah.
desperate isn't a good look on anybody.
Like I'm sure she had a good reason for not texting him back. Like
Even if she didn't, I'm still on her
yeah.
side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, we're on her side here.
Me as well. But to go to another side,
Another side. Let's take a trip down on the sorority lane. Okay. I have a genuine question for the girls wanting to rush or go through NPC sorority recruitment. What are you looking for exactly in a sorority? We have seen a lot of ugly truths recently being revealed about the more popular sororities. So, what is it that makes you want to join? Is it the looks, status, opportunities? What is it?
okay. So
I feel you.
okay.
What is it?
Okay, so I had to look up what NPC sorority recruitment is
Yeah.
because I thought NPC
Unplayable.
That's what I thought also.
yeah, so I'm like,
But-
so NPC also stands for non-playable character. So I just went, do all these girls just want to be background characters in life right now?
Maybe that is what maybe
Maybe
this is deeper than
Yeah, maybe deep.
maybe
I-
this is deeper than I thought.
I do have the actual definition though. The National Panhellenic Conference is an umbrella group for 26 national and international sororities
No,
that are autonomous, women's
Why is-
only
that's
organizations.
less fun.
Whoa, why is that so professional?
Okay,
I know it's Greek life.
Whoa.
Why is it this
Whoa,
organized?
this is way too much for me.
no, it's not just like it's not like the NPCs aren't Montclair, like they're
Yeah, they're
international.
national. Like
NPCs.
I'm
Damn.
sorry, that's not gonna make me not laugh. I'm sorry.
The non-playable characters. So my best friend, my childhood best friend from my town, is in a sorority and she goes to Rhode Island. And she was telling me that she's really, really thankful that her sorority isn't like the traditional stigma sororities where they're
I'm
mean.
not like other sororities.
No,
yeah, not like the other girls.
no, they genuinely seem
Yeah.
nice.
and I
which
feel
is
like
good.
it's hard to find
That is, but
those.
her sorority is not a non-playable character. Sorry, I can is not national. So I think when girls are rushing national, it's more. It has that more of like that stigma.
Yeah,
So I
Yeah, maybe
not-
they let it get to their heads or something.
it's
yeah. That's what I.
It's
that's what I
just-
think it is.
I feel like they can be good. It's just you have to really watch what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And exactly, what are you looking for? Like, is it the status? Is it the opportunities? Like, if I was looking at like when I look at clubs that I want to join, I look at like the people that are in it. Like, can I connect with these people? Are there opportunities for me? Like,
All
but
that.
here it's just I don't know.
Because I'm so for anybody joining any org they want. I'm not
Yeah.
going to judge you based on what
yeah,
you
of
do
course
with your extracurriculars. Just when I speak about my opinions, I'm just speaking on what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And when I was, a freshman, sophomore, and I was looking to join things, I just really knew that sorority life like was not for me, and especially national sorority life, because that's not my kind of vibe. I don't think that's an environment I would really thrive in. So
Yeah.
it's not for me.
I'm a freshman now, and I've considered joining a sorority. It's just I just feel like I personally wouldn't like it. I feel like I wouldn't fit in. And
Are you quirky? Not like the other girls?
I really am quirky, not like the other girls. But I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't thrive here.
It goes the same thing with frats too. Like we're not excluding you guys.
Yeah,
so
no.
genuinely pop right in. But I feel like it's a lot. I feel like for some
You have to be a
girls,
certain type of person.
yeah, and
I
I
think.
think what like what the sorority a part of the stigma sorority rush is
Mhm.
different from the fraternity rush.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of the same, like the
It's
stigma,
similar.
wanting like a status or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes, and I do think most of them have good opportunities. I just don't like when they're mean to each other.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's no need to be hazing or bullying or making
Exactly.
girls and guys do things that they don't want to do. And
That's
putting
what I don't like about it. And that's
Me
what I
too.
fear in it. And
And-
also, okay, continue.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I have
no,
a big.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
I genuinely hate when there's a stigma about Greek life and it's more broad, but it's a stigma, and it really hurts me when these brothers sisters are making their fellow brothers or sisters, making them do something that they don't want to do, and they are putting them in danger, and I just don't think that's okay.
Absolutely. You're so right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I don't like about it. That's what scares me. And even I'm the type of person where, let's say I'm not 100% certain I want to join something, I'll join it, and then like if I like it, I'll stay. If I don't, I don't. But if I don't have the choice to leave, or like I'm gonna get like people are not gonna like me for leaving, that just scares me because like
Or-
I don't want to be forced to do something I don't want to do.
Or, exactly.
But like if you want to try it, it's like how can you try it if you can't leave?
Yeah.
If you don't have the choice.
How do you know if you don't
Yeah,
try? But then
exactly.
how do you try if you can't leave?
Yeah, we're not going to get into another stigma of sororities. Some sororities, again, not all sororities are like this,
Yeah.
but some where they are judging a girl or a person wanting to rush their sorority based on their appearance and what they're wearing
Mhm.
and just anything about their body. I think that's really just that's screwed up. Like you should be learning about that actual person. You shouldn't be worried about
Personality.
what your look is. And if your look
Yeah.
is
Exactly.
I think that orgs should be for everybody. I feel like everyone should be included.
Everyone should be welcome.
And I think it's real messed up that these oh so popular sororities are almost kind of implying that girls are losing weight for this or not, or losing weight in some
just
way to make them look a
healthy.
certain way. It really, really makes me angry. And I'm just gonna leave it at that because I could go on a whole rant.
Mhm.
But we have a follow-up. You guys.
We do.
We have a follow-up.
From us.
So a few weeks, I think it was like
Yeah, when was the last
it
week or
was
no?
last week or the week before, but to catch you up to
Yeah, it
speed,
was
long story
recent.
short, this guy wants to break up with his girlfriend and get back together with his ex. Okay. And he's like, advice. And we're all like, what? No, like stay with your girl. Like, that's not cool just to like go fly with your ex. They're an ex for a
Yeah.
reason. But the update is Anonymous said, quote, "It's me again, the guy asking for advice for their annoying relationship and possibly getting back with my ex. My ex never did anything wrong to me. I broke up with her because she was too perfect and I wasn't ready for that or settling down and starting a family. At the end of the day, the ex who I'll probably end up with might not be valid to you, but sometimes you got to mess with other people to know what you want. Am I in the wrong?
Quick
This
question.
segment.
Quick
Am I in
question.
the wrong?
Oh
Quick
my
question.
gosh.
Does the person know that the ex wants to get back with
Wait,
them?
first of all, what if she read this?
She probably did.
Yeah,
Honestly,
like,
knowing people here, she has to go to MSU. No
Yeah.
doubt.
okay.
I don't
boy.
okay. Just
Listen, do what you want to do,
Yeah,
but
but how
like,
does he know his ex
geez.
did get back with him?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
what
Like,
if
how
How
do
he's
you
like,
was
oh, I'll
wrong?
probably go back to her. Like he has options.
probably
Like
who I'll
how
end
does
up
he
with.
know
Like,
that
you don't
she's
know
still
that.
gonna want him?
Second choice. No one wants to be labeled as
Absolutely.
that.
no, I don't
Again,
like that.
Does the ex even? Do we think the ex even
Like,
wants to get back with
He
them?
could,
in
Yeah.
the first
he could
place?
easily lose it all here. He breaks up
He
with his
can-
girlfriend, goes back to his ex, and she's like, if you do it to you're gonna do it to me again, so I'm not gonna be with you. And
And
he
you-
has no girlfriend.
And you know what?
Exactly.
That's what he deserves. Sorry,
Yeah.
had to
For
say
real.
it because if you're gonna pull this sort of thing,
Especially that last line. You gotta mess with other people to know what you want.
like go mess with yourself because I think you need to
Yeah.
figure yourself out before you start
Absolutely.
intertwining
Yeah,
your
Do some
life with somebody else.
self-reflecting.
Definitely.
Can we touch upon?
Self-reflection.
We're gonna move on a little bit, but can we touch upon the family comment?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we are in college.
How old are they?
Yeah, buddy. I think that she is more like
Like, what
thinking
do you
at like I
mean
don't
by-
think she's literally like, hey, want to have kids and get married right this second. No,
I
I'm
was
just
maybe
looking
he's
forward to the
thinking
I don't
of the
think so.
future.
Is he thinking like we get together, we get married, have kids? Like, is he thinking for the future or
Like, what
like
does he think
currently
comes
right
with
now? Like,
Being with someone eventually.
buddy.
If you're thinking about other people
And I
in
was
your
like-
relationship, that's when you gotta go.
yeah,
and then
exactly.
he's
It's a
like-
red flag. Red
And
flag.
then he's like, oh, that's probably who I'll end up with anyway. So what was the point of all this?
yeah.
What was the point of this little exercise? Anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But I think our collective advice is to just you could correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but it's to focus on yourself.
Definitely.
really.
Self
Figure out what
love.
you want before you
Before
start
he
messing
ruins
with
other people's
people.
lives. yeah.
Exactly.
Ruin other people. That's putting it lightly, I must say. But we're gonna take a very short break here on the Morning Buzz. That was MSU Confessions. It's always a very fun time getting to talk about things. But when we come back, we're gonna be talking about the game that's been breaking records.
Minecraft.
No, before it came out.
Oh, Tetris.
Totally. Please stay tuned.
You're listening to 90.3 WMSC
Welcome back on the Morning Buzz. We've missed you immensely for the past 2 to 3 minutes. I time is a concept. It's okay.
I cried a little.
Time isn't real.
I did too. I shed one soap opera tear down my face. I'm just so dramatic like that.
In slow motion.
With the
Exactly.
violin.
But we finally get to tell you what game is breaking records before
Pac-Man.
releasing. You can keep guessing, but it's not.
Wait, it's the new Smash game?
Totally. But the new open world RPG, which stands for role player game, Hogwarts Legacy
Yes.
by Avalanche and Warner Bros. Is going to be released today. Ben, we have a goated birthday.
Oh
That
my
doesn't
God.
seem like
Wait, is
Mario
that
8
right?
Deluxe.
What?
That doesn't sound like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It sounds
February
like a different
10th
game.
is a special day.
It is. We're gonna get into more things being released today later on, but for now, we're gonna let Hogwarts Legacy have her moment. This new game is based on Harry Potter, but it's set in the late 1800s. Players are a witch or a wizard avatar that compete in missions to gain skills such as flying on a broom. Experts put a budget at 150 million, and the game has been 5 years in the making. On Twitch, the game already broke a record for being the most watched single player game by streamers who got the game early. This week, it is the #1 pre-sale on the gaming platform, which is Steam. The controversy, there's, controversy because, we're not going to talk about Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling without controversy. Since the game is based on the Harry Potter's creator series, J.K. Rowling, who has been anti-trans and all this great stuff, which is not great. But for the first time ever, actually we reported this yesterday, so I'm very excited I get to say it. But the game features a trans character, which is the first in the Harry Potter series, which is absolutely very exciting.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
So,
That
but
is really
gaming
great.
experts are saying the release is gonna easily sell 10 million copies.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Riley Cooper, our newscaster for Thursday, and I went on a little rant yesterday, but she was telling us that there's kind of like a stigma around it because how social media people on social media will be like, oh, if you do this, you're racist,
Yeah.
or you do that.
I've seen a lot of people getting mad about people playing this game.
They are, because they're like, only if you're playing Hogwarts Legacy, then you're transphobic. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
why can't we just
Like, it's a
separate the
video
artist from the
game.
art?
Yeah,
Like,
clearly,
oh.
Jake. It doesn't sound like
You could
JK
be a
had
Harry
like,
Potter
anything to do
fan.
with this.
I'm a
She
huge Harry
didn't.
Potter fan, so it's like,
Yeah.
I'm excited
Yeah,
for this.
clearly,
game.
other than obviously she's probably getting something because it's based on her franchise, but she clearly had very little control over this, or else there wouldn't be a trans character in
She-
it.
Definitely is.
It's crazy how long it takes to make a video game. It's like making a movie, like
Yeah.
5 years in the making.
That's
Yeah,
longer than
that's a
making
lot.
most movies,
Like-
honestly.
But yeah, I want to play it real bad. So if
too.
I do get my hands on it and play a little bit of it, we'll be sure to let you guys know our opinions about it.
Mhm.
But to get to some blessed tunes
Some
news.
new
Tunes on
tunes?
Friday.
Oh, sorry, Tunes on Friday.
Tunes on Friday.
All right. So, according to Chris Moyles, a DJ on the UK's Radio X announced that a new Foo Fighters release might be in the works. It is still unclear whether Moyles' statements were even correct, but if he was, we can assume to expect a live album of the recent tribute to Taylor Hawkins, the band's late drummer, or some completely new material. After Taylor Hawkins' death in March 2022, the band hosted 2 tribute shows to honor him at London's Wembley Stadium and LA's Kia Forum. Both events played host to performances by members of Queen, Rush, Wolfgang Van Halen, and more. Only the Wembley show has been broadcast, and a 6-hour live stream could be viewed on YouTube.
Okay. There's only one reason why this story is here.
Why?
It's because I love Foo Fighters. And
I didn't know Foo Fighters as I was writing this, so this was
you did a
Oh.
good job.
thank
Good job,
you.
Nicole.
Yeah.
But I haven't announced. I have not yet to make this announcement on air yet. But I
Okay.
have the biggest crush on Dave Grohl.
Oh, do you?
I do. Yes,
Seems
I-
like a
I
very
think-
light-hearted man.
he is.
Looked up, it was a rock band, so I was like, okay, gotta do some
Yeah.
research.
Nicole told me this morning on our way over to the School of Communications and Media, where we're located, that she might low key want to be in an emo phase.
I think it's time.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, straight up. You don't want it. It just happens.
It just happened.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna give you a playlist, and that's gonna be your homework, and then next week we'll talk
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Nicole's gonna
I'll do it
come
home.
next week.
But yeah,
Whole
no,
different
It
person.
honestly is just so cool though how Dave Grohl went from like because he was in Nirvana
He was
first,
the
right?
drummer of Nirvana.
Right, and then
yes.
he's in he's in like two just iconic bands kind of back to back like
Mhm.
that. Like that's pretty awesome.
It's
Like,
really
Yeah.
how do you do that?
it's really funny. We're gonna do a little music history today
Yeah.
on Morning Buzz.
And how do you do that and like not become like a complete like self-absorbed idiot too?
I'm gonna tell
right?
you
Like,
how. Ready? I'm sorry, I get really excited.
Go ahead. Knock
So,
yourself out.
unfortunately, Kurt Cobain, the lead singer of Nirvana, had passed away in 1994, and Dave Grohl was kind of like, I still kind of want to make music. So about a year later, in 1995, he released an album which is called Foo Fighters. So it's basically self-titled, and it was only him making that album. He did everything. He played all the instruments, wrote everything, recorded everything,
Wow.
and that was his project. And he wasn't expecting it to blow up like
Wow.
this. So that being said, when the first album really got successful, he was like, oh gosh, I need a band now. And then in 1997, they came out with The Color and the Shape, which is one of my personal favorite albums of all time. And yeah, it just keeps going. They released about, I want to say 6 or 7 albums.
Wow.
And we were kind of on the fence about if Foo Fighters were going to tour or make new music because of, unfortunately, what happened with Taylor Hawkins. But it's really nice to hear that they will be either doing a tribute to him in some way, shape, or form.
Definitely, yeah.
But with more blessed music
We
news.
have more blessed music
I'm so
news.
excited.
Paramore's new album, This Is Why, is out now. This is the first album released in 6 years. They made waves with their first release, titled the same as the album, along with another single called Running Out of Time. Along with Paramore, Pierce the Veil's new album titled The Jaws of Life is out now as well. Pierce the Veil haven't released an album in 7 years until today. So February 10th is a very special day. Their first single, Past the Nirvana, came out back in the fall, and their second single, titled Emergency Contact.
I'm so excited for the Pierce the Veil one.
Okay, I've actually played it out loud a little bit this morning in studio, just like before the show. So far, so good. I'm a big fan. I listened to This Is Why while I was doing my makeup this morning, and This Is Why has more. I want to say it has more of like a almost indie sound
Mhm.
because it doesn't really sound like it. It does not sound like their second album, right? Which was their at peak of emo. But I'm it'll grow on me. That's the thing. It's like it's gonna grow on me.
It's a little different, but it's okay.
Yeah, but Ben, we have another birthday twin.
Yeah.
It's the lead singer of Pierce the Veil.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's funny. He made a TikTok. He said when your 40th birthday, new album is coming out, and you might have your first kid on February 10th.
Wow. What a
Wow.
day for him.
Yeah, so I know it's really fun. But I wanted to take a very short break to play a new song off of Paramore's new album, just because I don't know. I there was one song that really stuck out to me this morning, and I said I either want to play something off of Pierce the Veil or Paramore, and you know we might get to both at the end. We'll see how we're feeling. But for now, this is one of the new songs. It's in French, so I'm gonna butcher it because I am very American sounding. But it's yeah, it's just French, so you'll hear it. Don't worry. I don't have to say it. I don't. Yeah, I don't speak French, but Haley Williams does. So good for Haley Williams. Welcome back here on the Morning Buzz. That was oh my gosh, guys, I speak French now. That's
That
absolutely
was nice
crazy.
too. Just flew off the tongue.
Thank you. I was practicing it in my head. I was like, yeah. But we're not here to talk about French things. We're here to talk about Tucker Carlson again. So Tucker Carlson is going to a dark place again.
He's always in a dark place.
I know. So someone must have put Tucker Carlson back in middle school language arts because he's comparing and contrasting. On this Venn diagram, he's compared reproductive health rights to, quote, promoting human sacrifice. Yeah. On his show, Tucker Carlson, tonight, he joined the conservative uproar over abortion pins. Those pins were worn by a Democratic senator and representative. Carlson said, quote, if you feel that way, you should know that you are not defending a medical procedure. You wouldn't say that about some sort of other medical procedure that I don't feel like pronouncing.
Appendectomy or something.
I'm gonna
Apectomonomy,
look that up and see what that is.
Appendectomy.
whatever. No,
Appendectomy, yeah.
so medical, but no, you're
So
promoting an ancient religious right called human sacrifice. That's what this is, promoting human sacrifice. I don't think he got his point across, so we had to say it twice.
So I don't understand what he's saying about you wouldn't say that about a appendectomy, because that's when you have your appendix removed.
Yeah.
So like that's not a bad thing. Like that's a thing that like
It's
a lot of people
killing
do.
you. Like you
Yeah,
need to
that's
get that removed.
like what I don't understand what that what I don't understand
doesn't-
what that means.
It doesn't sound like the math is mathing.
Well, yeah, it's Tucker Carlson. Nothing ever maths.
This is why he was comparing and
Yeah.
contrasting, just not the right things.
Kind of not off topic, but Tucker Carlson, he would be funny if he wasn't so serious about all of this, because that's bad. But like my favorite, I don't remember how long ago it's from, but there's a Tucker Carlson thing where he goes on a rant about the metric system and how it's un-American and it's came about in the French Revolution and they're trying to overthrow our values. And he's like,
The French.
instead of using our basic system of feet and yards and how many strides it takes to make an acre, they're trying to use kilometers. And it's like, he clearly knows what a kilometer is, because he then says kilometer later in the broadcast.
Okay.
In the clip, in the same clip, like 2 minutes later, he says it normally.
I have no words, but
Yeah.
French, you say? Cosa? Crazy. I did it. Haley Williams taught me French. Wild.
There you go.
But
Mind's blown.
yeah, good old Tuck, my little homie Tucker, homie. I'm losing brain cells. Please, Nicole.
Yeah.
What's going on
Okay,
now?
we need to continue.
Oh.
Hey, yo, what is
So
this?
I just
this is even more.
it's worse.
It
Oh,
is worse.
jeez.
This is crazy.
So
So
bad.
children can carry these in Missouri. Minors are continued to be allowed to openly carry firearms in public without adult supervision. The proposal failed by a 104 to 39 vote. Only one Republican voted in support. A Democrat said police in her district asked for the change to stop. She said, quote, 14-year-olds walking down the middle of the street in the city of St. Louis carrying AR-15s.
What?
Okay.
What? Just like
This is
what?
I know this is
wild.
weird news.
How are they getting them?
I know this is weird news.
How are they getting them?
Walmart. But oh,
But
see, this is why Target
This
is better.
this is dangerous.
No, it is
Yeah.
dangerous.
This is
Bad.
like-
This
yeah.
is not good.
Weird news, but make it almost top news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how is this weird news?
It's because it's the Midwest. What else would
Yeah.
you expect from
This
the
is
Midwest?
like this is Missouri. That's not even the most Republican state. Like I'm surprised it failed that. I'm not surprised it failed. I'm surprised it failed that badly. I thought it would have been
Yeah,
a little
that's
closer.
a landslide. Wow.
Yeah, because that's only like a lean Republican state. That's not even like a diehard red state or anything.
104 to 39.
Jeez.
Just like, where'd you even get that idea from? Like, why?
I'm
What
not.
is the point
yeah.
of that?
Again, who like even if they are just selling them at Walmart, which they are, like minors shouldn't be able to buy them.
Definitely.
So who's buying the kids the guns?
I want to talk. Who'll be doing it?
Like, what good? Like, where do they see the good
It's
in
like a birthday
this?
present. It's like, here,
When
son,
you're
your very
14,
first
what grade
AR-15.
is that?
Eighth,
14. Yeah, that's like not even high school.
8th, 9th grade.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's I cannot imagine that.
That's yeah.
I-
that's crazy.
Okay.
Jeez.
teenagers are like, I know I shouldn't be talking, but like, I don't know, like 15, 16, 14, that whole
That
group.
age group, yeah.
I don't know why. Sometimes they're just not scary. I want to say scary, but it's just like, what are you doing? And I do not want to give.
They're just in their era where like they're not mature, but
They're
they're,
in their-
also not immature. Like they're not babies, but they're not adults.
They're in
and they
their-
don't know what they're doing.
They're in their angst era.
Yeah.
Specifically with this, like, yeah, they're not scary because it's like, okay, that's a kid with a gun, but at the same time, it's scary because that's a kid who doesn't know how to use the
Yeah,
gun.
like are they getting training? Like what is this like?
Notice how
legally?
it said
Yeah.
minors. So honestly, it didn't give us an age limit
Well,
on
regardless,
kids.
they still aren't even
Right?
allowed to
Okay.
legally buy the gun anyway.
Imagine like a 2-year-old carrying like a firearm. Like what if they're really young?
Well, even AR-15 is probably bigger than a 2-year-old. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah.
It's like, what is
It's
this?
just
Is
What is this? The zombie apocalypse?
no, it's Missouri. So
That's
same
fair.
thing.
I was just gonna say that. Oh my god, Walking Dead sequel, crazy. Fear the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead again. Because I don't know.
Don't stop fearing The Walking Dead. Continue to fear The Walking Dead.
The Last of Us Part 3. I'm sorry, I could go on and on
They're
forever.
making that apparently.
Really?
Yeah, they said because the show now. And because the show's popular, they said they're gonna make a third one so they can make a third season.
It's because it's so successful. Okay.
The show's good though. I like the show.
I didn't watch
actually.
it.
I want
I
to
haven't
go.
played the games though. So
I want to go on a media rant again because I want to tie into what we said about an hour ago about sequels. Because I forgot to say this, but I'm tired of movies and TV shows just being sequels.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we talked about
This,
this
is
last week. I
yeah,
remember.
this is going on for
It's just
years.
been going
now.
on for so long.
It
Yeah.
makes me angry.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do to stop that at this point. That's just our culture now.
They just want
I,
the
re-
money.
If it's not a remake, sequel, or I don't know, what's another thing that I can go with that?
a superhero movie.
Or a superhero movie, it's
Yeah.
dying on, it's withering and dying
That's my
immediately.
quote. That's
Yeah.
my quote. If there's a WMSC yearbook when we graduate, I want my quote to be quote, all Hollywood is now are sequels, remakes, or superhero movies. That's
Yeah.
gonna be my senior quote.
I like that.
Facts.
My my super relative, the most contrarian. But I digress. Because
I mean, the thing is, like, people keep complaining about them, and then these movies still make like record-breaking amounts of money. Like,
that's what
like,
I'm saying.
if nobody likes them, then who's going to see them?
And the sad part is that there's so many new directors and filmmakers that they're not getting their spotlight because of all these sequels and all that.
I'm gonna be honest, when I was a film television major, like last year, I was low-key scared about getting a job in
Oh,
that
yeah.
industry.
bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I'm honestly kind of thankful that
There's a
I'm
lot of
not.
competition. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also kind of thankful I'm not in it anymore, just because it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And because
That's like most media stuff now, though, is
that's
like,
true.
especially with AI and all that now too. Like,
Don't get me started.
Oh,
on
AI.
like everything is at risk now. If it's anything writing or
danger.
media at all, you're done.
Almost every other day I see an AI article, something about AI. In my media ethics class, we were watching AI videos, like where they make there
Like
was
videos by AI or talking about AI.
by AI.
Oh,
Like there was this fake news network, and there were these fake news anchors that looked pretty real, and they were
Yeah, like
reporting.
deepfakes and stuff.
Yeah, they're reporting on fake news stories, and it's just grown
That's
so much
crazy.
since the whole YouTube hype conspiracy
Mm-hmm.
theory. And I mean, it's always been around, but now it's getting so advanced.
just
And it's
really
scary
bad
because like
now.
you can't believe anything you see nowadays. It could be a deep fake of someone, saying some things that they never said, and it's crazy.
Yeah, no, the one YouTube video had Obama, and he was like talking like it was him, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
hate this.
I
It's
think
not
that
it.
we need like there needs to be some kind of like federal regulation
needs
because like
we need
that
balance
honestly
somewhere.
like regardless of like okay, not even taking aside AI art and AI writing, which is a whole can of worms in itself, like deep things stuff like that is potentially like a security risk.
But here's my
Like if it gets to the point where like it's indistinguishable, you very easily could like get away with anything.
not only that, and just because it is growing so rapidly and so quickly, why isn't the federal government why isn't somebody doing something about it?
Well,
Because-
because taking away abortion rights are so much more important.
Yeah, but no, this is gonna turn into another. I'm
Someone
predicting
needs to put an end to it.
this. I'm
Or
predicting
like put
This needs to be just put
boundaries on
there's
it. or
gonna be
something.
there's not gonna be an end to it because I'm literally predicting that AI is gonna be this new quote unquote social media. Like, you know how social media changed the game in the 2010s? Well, this is ours in 2020.
2020 is AI.
I'm not excited.
Yeah.
But you know
I
what
can
I'm
see it.
also not excited about? Because chicken is out and plants are in.
What?
Chick-fil-A is jumping on the plant-based bandwagon. The Atlanta chain said it's testing its first plant-based entree, a breaded cauliflower sandwich, which will only be at restaurants in Denver, Charleston, and Greensboro. This test begins in 3 days on the 13th because, you know, they wouldn't do it on a Sunday because they're closed on Sundays. Sorry, shade.
No.
Chick-fil-A said its culinary team spent 4 years developing the sandwich after guests told the chain they wanted to add more vegetables to their diets. Chick-fil-A tested mushrooms, chickpeas, and chopped vegetables formed into patties, but kept returning to the cauliflower for its mild flavor. Like the Chick-fil-A's signature chicken sandwich, the cauliflower steak is marinated, breaded, pressure cooked, and then served on a bun with not one, but 2 pickle slices.
Pressure.
So wait,
cooked.
so it's like so is it just like a plant sandwich or is it like a plant-based meat sandwich?
Like plant-based meat.
Plant-based.
Is
It's
it plant-based
right.
meat? Because that, yeah.
Is it deep fried cauliflower? Because like, isn't that take away the whole healthy aspect of it? But if it's breaded and
That's
fried,
true.
like
I mean, it is
But-
pressure cooked.
I mean, they are trying to get it to be like chicken, except not
Yeah. More
chicken.
I
Yeah.
eat more carne. But okay, it's funny because the bone I have to pick with this is the fact that they only give you 2 pickles. I'm sorry.
That's the part of this that
That's
is
the
that you're
thing that
that's the hill you're
grinds
gonna
my
die on is
gears.
the chicken pickles.
Yes, I am.
Not Chick-fil-A is starting to phase out chicken, which is their thing. No, the fact that there's 2 pickles.
Yes,
gatekeeping those pickles.
I love pickles. Okay, so yesterday on the Buzz for our weird news, apparently the go-to movie snack in Texas is pickles.
Mhm.
If
Oh,
they're gonna give me a whole
Hmm.
pickle and
Interesting.
Chick-fil-A is only gonna give me 2, I don't like that.
interesting.
I want at least 4. Am I
Yeah.
asking for too much?
Apparently.
No.
Okay.
According to
You
Chick-fil-A,
can have all
apparently.
my pickles. I get no pickles. I don't like pickles on sandwiches. I like pickles, but not on sandwiches.
I understand. I respect
Mm.
that.
Yeah, respectable.
I like
I
those
do.
little
Pickles just
circle.
complains.
You know, I love pickles.
I feel like 2 slices doesn't even take up the whole sandwich. You
No,
know?
that's not
like
that
you're gonna have some bites without a bite of pickle, and you're gonna be like, why are there no pickles in my sandwich?
You're gonna have one half with pickles and then one half without
Yeah,
pickles.
exactly.
That's not good.
I want the whole. If I'm paying for the whole sandwich, I want more pickles on it. Sorry, this is the hill I will die on. Because I just okay, I don't know what it is. But I also want to get into a little rant on Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich.
Okay.
No, we're taking out the big guns here. All
All
right.
right.
Because,
All right. we're
listen,
doing
Say more.
tea.
I think it's good, but I personally like how Popeyes tastes better.
Okay.
Low-key.
The Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich though.
I'm not a
But, like,
Popeyes fan.
Every time you get the
Same.
Chick-fil-A sandwich, it's wet.
Yes.
It's
You know,
wet.
I honestly, to be honest, I really don't get Chick-fil-A sandwiches much. Like, I got it like once. I'm just not a big.
I like their salad.
Yeah, I'm not a big Chick-fil-A Popeyes kind of girl.
I'm not
It's
either,
just like
but
if I have to eat it, if that's the only thing left on the planet, I will.
Becky,
I feel like it's so bad. Like I guess I'll eat it
It's like-
if I was.
It's
there or
never
something.
voluntary. I'm like, oh, I really want Chick-fil-A. Like,
oh my god,
that doesn't happen.
do
With
you want
me.
I
Chick-fil-A?
agree,
Nah.
but for different reasons.
What are your reasons?
Well, Popeyes, I just don't like.
It's
I don't like
crazy.
it.
No,
Like Popeyes and KFC are like,
mid.
and they're just not. Mm-mm.
Don't
And
disrespect
then-
my girl Popeye. Like,
Actual,
agree.
like
I
not,
agree
not
with you.
KFC, like actual fried chicken. Though is actually pretty good.
Okay, like
Yeah.
good fried chicken.
Actual
like,
good fried chicken is pretty great.
Yeah.
Amina, keep going because I feel like you have more.
And then Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A, the problem with Chick-fil-A is that I'm allergic to nuts. So
Yes.
I don't eat it often. So I don't ever like crave it, but like if I'm just so happen to be at a Chick-fil-A and I just so happen to get like nuggets or a sandwich, I'm gonna eat it.
No, yeah, no, I have a bone to pick with their sandwich, Loki. So do we think the cauliflower one's gonna be coming out like gonna be moist because their chicken sandwiches are moist? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
gonna
it's
be
probably just
cauliflower
greasy. I mean, I
at
don't
the
know.
end of the day. So like,
No, it's not. I mean,
or, like,
there's probably hear me out. There's probably grease on it, but it doesn't feel like grease because like grease has like a
Ugh.
shiny like a
Ugh.
shiny feel.
so gross.
What could it be?
It's wet, like it's moist, like it feels like it was dunked in like not like a water, but it's like
What Chick-fil-A do you go to?
literally every
Wait.
single Chick-fil-A I've been to. It's like because they put the sandwich in hot and then they put it in that little sleeve, and then the sleeve like traps all like the moisture and the
Yeah.
hot steam, so it gets like
Maybe it's the
condensation.
pickle.
The oil?
It's not the pickle.
Uh-oh, Nicole started controversy.
It's true. Maybe it is the pickle.
No, it's because the sandwich is hot and then they put it in this little sleeve and it traps all the air and like all like the steam and the moisture and then condensation
Well,
happens,
that
then
makes sense. It's not like
precipitation.
they're dipping it in water.
Well, like it's moist.
How can you have that?
Then take it out the bag.
No. Moist. Okay.
I'm just saying the word moist.
But I feel like cauliflower is gonna be even
That's
more moist because I feel like that's gonna make your mouth like water.
I think vegetables absorb more water.
Yeah.
too.
They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be crunchy? Because I don't like that.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches aren't crunchy.
But if it's
Maybe this one will
cauliflower,
It's gonna be like a
Mm.
patty, but
Yeah.
cauliflower.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it depends on what they're like, how they're. I don't know.
I have such a
We'll
bone.
find out.
I have such a bone to pick with this. I'm like really just like grr.
It's going off. It might be the pickles. You know, the pickles might be too much. The pickles might be too big.
Leave
like
me-
American cars
leave
are too
me-
big for what?
Leave me and my
Segue.
pickles alone.
Segue.
Nicole, that was good.
Segue.
Like go into the next lane, please.
Well, let's go. Oh yeah.
Ooh, that was a good
okay.
one.
It's like ka-chow.
Yeah. And anyways, increasingly cars are too big for parking spaces, especially in parking garages and other paid parking, especially if those spaces are looking to conserve space. Our cars have gotten ever so gradually bigger with each passing year, but the parking space standards have barely budged. American cars keep getting bigger. Car companies keep killing off small and medium-sized cars. Time for some math. I know you all are just so excited.
I'm so ecstatic.
You are. Most parking spaces are between 8 feet, 6 inches, and 10 feet wide, but the most common size is 9 feet. Roughly 50% of the American car market switched from sedans and wagons to SUVs, especially midsize and large SUVs.
All right. I got a bone to pick.
Uh-oh.
So do I.
So many bones are being picked.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Bone picking Buzz Day.
so you notice how it said cars are too big for parking spaces, especially in parking garages?
Mm.
Well, let's talk about our lovely, lovely, lovely parking garage here at Montclair State University called Car Park Diem,
Mhm.
which is a play on word
Yeah, car
of
park.
what's the play on word? Carpe diem, because we're gonna seize the day, but I'm not gonna seize the day because there's no spots in the parking lot.
How can I seize the day when I can't find a place
Seize
to
the
park?
parking spot.
Okay, no. I saw the biggest pickup truck. I see like the biggest pickup trucks in car park. I'm sorry. If your truck is that big, go park not in the garage. There's lot 44, there's lot 23, there's lot 60, which you know what, better yet, go by the village, which is very far, which is literally a 20-minute walk
I
to like main campus. So please, if you please, I beg, I plead, there's parking over there.
Yeah, speaking of lot 60 being far away, if you order something to the Amazon lockers, can you please pick it up? Because they're always full, and I don't feel like walking 20 minutes to lot 60. So pretty please pick it up. Thank you. Not a call to action, but please.
Danny begs
Thank
and
you.
pleads.
Thank you.
But
Please.
genuinely, my little sedan, I love her. She's my baby. Her name is Baby. I actually named her Baby. But she
I was gonna
parks
ask.
in
Yeah.
between these two SUVs, and I just feel so baby.
Now, I have a minivan.
Oh,
Now,
Oh, it's time for Nicole's bone to pick.
yeah, I drive a minivan in Staten Island, but basically,
Wait, you're from Staten Island?
yeah,
you can tell.
Whoa.
I'm not from New Jersey. Can you
She's not
tell?
Jersey
I didn't
girl.
know you weren't from Staten.
She's not like the
Staten
other
Island.
girls. She's a Staten Island girl.
Girl. Anyways, I drive a minivan, and it isn't easy to drive a minivan, especially when you're learning how to drive on a minivan.
Mhm.
So I drove on a minivan, and I'm happy I honestly did, because a lot of cars are getting bigger, and like I've never drove a small car. Like I don't know what they're called.
Sedan.
Sedans. Yeah.
Very
I've
good.
never yeah. Vocabulary today. But I never drove a sedan, and I feel like I'm so used to having such a big car. But it's true, like parking spots, like my van won't fit.
I can imagine learning how to parallel park in a minivan.
Oh my
You got to
gosh.
take the kids to practice. You got juice.
Sack 'em
You got
on.
juices and snacks.
Got all
in
the
bag?
soccer balls in the back and a bag.
I did. Like I had the snacks and everything.
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
Orange slices.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
my
learned to
God.
drive on a Mazda 3 with stick. So I learned how to drive stick.
that sounds miserable.
It
Oh my
was. It
That's
was.
just an experience.
But hey, I know how to drive stick now. That was awesome.
I've low-key always wanted to learn. So Buzz lesson.
It's a dying
It's a
thing.
bus.
There's no
Is it
reason.
really?
Yeah. No, there's really no reason.
Just think,
to
just
know
think
how
off
to
my
drive stick.
list.
If we're gonna keep having bigger cars, we need bigger parking spots,
Yeah.
especially if you're gonna be in a
Or make
parking
the-
garage.
Honestly, the easier thing to do is to make the cars smaller than just redo the
Yeah.
entire parking garage, like across the country.
They're
You
getting
know?
bigger. You would think they would be getting smaller because
Yeah.
less parts, more technology.
Yeah.
Listen, if this school has any excuse to build more parking spots, please, for the love of God,
Please
do.
it.
Okay, here's my other bone to pick. Why is there no parking on the south side of campus? For context,
Mhm.
for shout out to my communication students. So the School of Com is on the south side of campus. Car Park DM to seize the day is on the north side of campus. So we have to walk our little legs, well, my little legs, because mine are little,
Me too.
for like 10, 15 minutes from Car Park.
I'm going up the stairs like freaking Rocky.
Yeah,
And then
it's bad.
We have these stairs. For those of you who don't know, we have these stairs that go for how you get to Car Park up to main campus or vice versa. And it's almost there. It's a very steep.
It's a hike.
It's a hike. Some call them the Huff and Puff stairs. So there's like 6 sets of these stairs with a
Mhm.
platform.
Yeah, I don't like.
So you have to walk up all of them.
I never did it.
Both
I don't have a
honestly,
car on
both
campus.
staircases
so
there are
whatever.
terrible.
Hmm?
'Cause
Yeah.
Both of them are terrible because one is too long and one of them's too steep.
Yeah, that's true. There's 2 sets. There's the Huff and Puff stairs, which gets you up faster, Loki. Then there's the little like flat. I want to say they're
Yeah.
flat. I don't know for some reason. They're
they're so not
Mm,
symmetrical.
they're
at all.
not.
It's
Yeah.
like it's so weird to go down
Yeah.
those things.
they're on like a slant. I want to say, and they're very like big steps. Like they're not like a regular set of stairs. Okay, think of slabs in Minecraft. They're slabs. That's the best way I can explain it. They're like half a
One is
block.
stairs and one is slabs. There we go.
Okay, so hear me out. Somebody might need to build Car Park in Minecraft with the Huff and Puff stairs and the slab stairs. Danny, I'm looking at you for that.
Why me?
That's your homework for next week. I want to see it. I want to see it live on air. Okay.
I'll live stream it.
Yeah.
Now
So
I have to do this. I'll buy Minecraft.
That sounds fun. I'll
again.
join in.
you don't have you.
I got logged out of my account from like when I was a kid, so I don't have access to it anymore.
I pray for you.
We
Yeah,
go
my
fund
little-
me to raise like the $20 or whatever it is.
My little freshmen have homework to do for next week's buzz.
Yeah, Nicole.
Homework.
Oh my god, it's fun homework.
You have to
Fun
build the
homework.
entire Montclair State University campus on Minecraft by next week.
You see, I thought that was a little too much, but I was like, I should make him do that. I'm not gonna make him do that. But
I'm
you
making Nicole do that.
I'm trying to think of how I would even do. I don't even know how to
Yeah.
do that.
all right? Yeah, no, I don't
I'm
know.
Good at that game.
I just good luck. I'll see you next week. But yeah, parking. I don't know. I feel like I complain about parking every time.
Grr.
But
Do yeah, parking on the morning buzz is a topic that we always discuss.
parking makes me cry here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. So very clever. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. Happy birthday, Ben.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Lara.
Thank you. So we will catch you guys next week, except on Monday, you'll be seeing Victor and Leslie, but you could catch us every Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And that goes for the rest of the week of the Morning Buzz with a different crew every day. So I guess it's time for all my little busy bees to get to work, including you guys, I guess. But I hope you guys have a great day and an even better weekend. I will see you all of you next week.
Take care. Have a good one.
You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, New Jersey.